stay until we soothe our soul. It takes all that love. Go.
Woo! Whoa! Put on the brakes. Welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, kings and queens of the Northeast Kingdom, woodchucks and chuckettes. Yeah, to another version of It's News to Us. You're watching It's News to Us. We're Newport's oldest TV news. Watch us now. And we got adult themes, adult language is the last warning you're gonna get. We try to be clean, but every now and then one does slip out, and that's the way it is. And speaking of which, although we do glean a lot of the news from local papers and whatnot, we have some interesting news this week, Andy. And because we're not beholden to law enforcement, and we're not beholden to any local advertisers, we're going to tell you the backstory on a story of missing evidence.
Okay then.
Yeah. It's one of those things, Andy. First, I got this paper, and, of course, it says, city settles excessive force suit. Never mind that these are the same guys or guys who beat the peon out of Roger. And did you hear about this case? You're going to love this, right? It says, let's see. The council did not reveal the amount of the settlement because it was not final, said Mayor Paul Badat said.
It's not final?
Yeah, but the lawyer Dave Slay said earlier the settlement was for $28,000 regardless of what Mayor, what was it?
$28,000 for beating on somebody?
Yeah.
Okay then. That's like a year's salary for taking a whooping.
Of Mayor Otis Campbell.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm Otis Campbell, Mayor of Mayberry. And so anyways, the agreement will cost the city $500 in an insurance deductible.
Okay then.
Right.
That's exactly not true, but oh well.
Yeah, and you know who pays?
$500. Yeah. It's a fender bender.
Yeah, right. And
bender.
you know who covered it, don't you? Who covers up for criminals? That would be these guys. Yeah.
League.
The Vermont League of Cronies and Tyrants. And they're represented by this law firm, McNeil, McCuckoo, and Wingnut, PC, LLC, because if we're not screwing each other at the law firm, with McCuckoo and Wingnut, or her real name was McGugu and Wingate or something like that. It was in the papers a few years ago. Caused a couple divorces and whatnot, we hear. Well, if we're not screwing them, we're not screwing each other. We're screwing you guys out of your tax money. Well, anyways, it says, let's see. We certainly contemplate pursuing at least one other case involving the city police force, Slay said. I wonder if that would be getting a peon beat out of Roger.
There you go.
Because I told him, I emailed them right after last Independence Day about what I saw on the video. And it's speaking of which, that lying sack of crap that calls himself a mayor in this open-air asylum that is Newport, he sat right in that office, Andy, and he's telling me, well, nothing happened, I don't know nothing about it. And I says, well, really? I said, you didn't know nothing about it? I mean, how could you're the mayor, you didn't know, what do you mean you didn't know nothing about it?
And then national news,
yeah,
that might make a difference.
And then he says to me, you know what he says to me? Well, he had a gun. I'm there, wait a minute.
You didn't know nothing about it, but you knew he had a gun.
Yeah, if you're telling, so that shows he was lying. That little piece of human crap that calls himself a mayor who runs unopposed like in communist friggin' Russia. Unbelievable. And so then he says, well, if you knew anything about it, you can file a complaint. And I'm there, well, there's somebody right here who saw it. She was a witness. And, well, let her file a complaint then. Nah, I'm bald, I'm drunk, and I don't care.
She won't file a complaint. She's enjoying the fruits of her silence.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can't look in it. We'll leave that one alone.
I get to get away with stuff now.
Yeah, right. I got an e-ticket for Disneyland.
Yeah, you get to get away with stuff if you don't say stuff.
According to the complaint, they went to this woman Hilson's home, and with Aaron Lefebvre to serve Hilson with a city ordinance citation, a civil citation for disorderly conduct. The cops arrived after dark, after Hilson had retired for the evening. Let's see. Answers to the complaint filed by his attorneys Nancy Sheehan and McNeil. Sheehan and McNeil, why does that sound familiar? Oh, we just went over that. And so they arrived after dark, go to her door, and they knocked on her door when she didn't wake, and they began loudly banging on her door and on her picture window, according to the complaint. Hey, wake up, we got a civil complaint. And yet DeSanto denied knocking on the door and all the other allegations. So this Hilson woman heard the banging, and being harassed by her neighbor, she thought it was just another confrontation from her vexing neighbor. That is a word you don't see much.
Typical day at the
asylum.
Hood.
Newport, Vermont's open-air asylum. You never hear the word vexing anymore, Andy.
Oh, they vex me.
Yeah. Undeterred by receiving no response to their knocking and without any attempt to identify themselves or their purpose, they continued to bang on her door for approximately 30 minutes. When it became clear they didn't intend to leave, she went to her clothes in her PJs and asked the officers what they wanted. And Lefebvre told her, Hilson, they were there to serve her with a citation, which she asked to mail to her. So she's all like, look, it's a civil mail it to me. What the hell are you guys doing here, right? And
did they smell something?
Oh, no, not yet. No, thank God. Defendant DeSanto became enraged at her refusal to accept the service. He barged into her home, breaking her screen door in the process, grabbed the plaintiff, threw her to the ground, and informed her she was under arrest for disorderly conduct.
Okay.
Yeah, so then she asked DeSanto if she could get dressed and put on a bra before going down to the station, which Lefebvre approved. But as Hilson got up off the floor and headed into the bedroom, DeSanto grabbed her by the hair and threw her to the ground, the complaint states. DeSanto's unreasonable and excessive use of force caused her to suffer serious physical and emotional injury.
So this is how she made 28 grand?
Yeah.
Cool. Pulling her hair. That was genius, dude.
Well, here's the thing. If they knew this guy had violent propensities a year before they made him chief, and look.
Well, the chief doesn't hit anybody.
Yeah, well, we've gone over this. There's a lot of good cops out there, and our hats are off to them. And you've got to get rid of the stick-happy bastards that are not good cops, because what happens is they'll jam you up, man, and you anger somebody or their relatives, and a lot of people aren't real nice people. And when the bullets start flying, you don't want to be near any of these jokers that have been beating somebody, because you're likely to take one for the team, if you know what I mean.
So that was fun, and now the same guy's losing our evidence?
Oh, that's the sheriff. That gets better. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not these are the Newport cops. We'll get into our cross-eyed, ding-toed, soup stains on his tie, other law enforcement division afterwards. Let's see. Painted that as good. She acted in good faith, and her damages were caused by her own negligence. Yeah.
She was negligent in getting thrown to the ground?
Yeah, she was negligent getting out of her negligee.
You should have taken him to court then,
And don't let him in. Don't let them in. Here's the thing, boys and girls. If they show up to your house, and especially with a civil ticket, you get on the phone and call the real cops, okay? You call 911 and you leave that phone off the hook and say, look, I got the real police coming. These police are here and they're harassing me. They're scaring me. I'm fearing for my life. And I would like the Vermont State Police to come down here and take a look at this.
Adjudicate this situation. That's a good phrase.
Yeah.
So let them deal with it.
Yeah, because every time you dial 911, it's being recorded.
Yep, so it'll be there. You'll have something to back up your side.
And so anyways, in the same paper, off on the corner, and I didn't think anything about this, it says, man accused of stealing pot from the sheriff's evidence, charged as a habitual offender. So anyways, this guy, Schaaf, Yeah, he said 11 felonies. So, you know, I mean, the way they hand them out, it's hard not to get felonies these days. So anyways, Newport City cop Josh Lillis was lured to a burglary just across the street from the cop shop and behind the 2 courthouses in the old Daily building, which is scheduled for demolition. That would be this one here. And
perfect place. It's just like Fort Knox.
yeah, it's like Fort Knox. Look at that one.
Rattle trap of a hole.
And so anyways, yeah.
Amazing that you can get away with this kind of conduct. Wow. All the stuff you guys took off the streets made it back onto the streets.
Back on the streets.
So they made double their money. The bad guys doubled their money off of you. Awesome work. Awesome.
So anyways, he told him he was out for a walk, and the cops saw him throw the bag. And then when he was asked, excuse me, when he was asked why he'd break into the former sheriff's HQ, Schaaf said he needed money to get his van back from a tow company. And then he told the cop the bag he threw away was full of weed. Indeed, there was nearly 5 ounces of weed in there. So after waiving his Miranda rights, he said a friend that he refused to name told him he could make a quick couple $100 by taking the weed out of the attic of that old shitty building. So, let's see. Orleans County Sheriff Kirk Martin said his department has not quite finished moving everything out of the former building, which is scheduled for demo. The items that remained were from cases already adjudicated, which the department was in the process of destroying.
Yeah, they were.
Well, then why didn't you destroy it? What's wrong with you?
We left it behind unsupervised
in
and
an
untended.
attic.
Why is it in the attic? None of this rings true.
Oh,
me.
yeah. It's all baloney.
Yeah, well.
Martin said he wasn't sure how long the weed had been up there, but guessed more years than he's been serving as sheriff. That would be like 4. He said the ragweed most likely had no intoxicating effect because of its age. Oh, please.
That doesn't work that way.
It don't work that
You're not
way.
really a chemist, are you, Mr. Officer Dude?
Ragweed to start with, then yeah, it probably does.
It's ragweed.
Yeah.
In his opinion. Well, it's not like the fresh stuff I get from my suppliers.
Well, here's some news for you, Sheriff Kirk Martin.
Obviously, you burn a lot, or you wouldn't talk like this.
CBN levels actually go up when weed is exposed to heat, you know? Go figure.
Wow.
And so anyways, he says, I don't know why anyone in their right mind would take it. And,
Because it's worth a lot of money, you genius.
oh, geez, yeah. And so anyways, he had another 10 days to be in possession of 2 joints, and let's see, he got another 10 days added to his sentence in January of last year after admitting it violated his probation by being in possession of 2 joints and testing positive for THC. Wow. He's a habitual offender. Ooh. Well, here's what I found out from my source, okay? And I can't mention the source because, you know, I've got some law enforcement friends, and it's a shout out to my law enforcement friends, okay? If you've got any tips for me, you don't have to turn on the blue lights and pull me over, okay? You can either come to my house. I don't care if I have a cruiser in my yard. It's no big deal. You can call me on the phone, even though you know it's tapped, which you probably wouldn't do. Or you could just wait till I go in to get a cup of coffee and do it there. You don't have to turn on the blue lights, because every time you guys turn on the blue lights to give me some tips, it scares the living shit out of me, okay? So we'll get that off the table. So anyways, one of my sources tells me that it wasn't just weed up there, Andy.
No.
That it was heroin up there, Andy.
Yes.
Heroin. And bulletproof vests, too.
It's good for criminals to get a hold of bulletproof vests. We know that.
And heroin.
Yeah, oh, sure. A lot of money in heroin.
Combination.
Give them some heroin.
You could go out and have some real fun.
Yeah.
And the bulletproof vest will keep you from killing them.
Yeah,
So they can shoot you.
And to the local city cops, you know, some
Poor
of the
kids, man, got to deal with idiots for bosses like this.
yeah, some of the stuff you guys give me, I can't go public with. You know, honest to God, a couple things you've given me, I want to live to a ripe old age. And good luck with the print media, but I'll try and get as much stuff out as I can. Oh, there's our buddy, J. Harry Anslinger, head of the Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs. Yeah, because when they made alcohol legal in 1933, all these guys were facing, job losses. And the lawyers,
crime
too.
pays, man. Don't get in the way of the paying criminal.
What do they do? 4 years later, they make weed illegal so that they can keep their jobs, and the rest is history. Oh, here we are, reefer madness. Mate, get me some weed. Get me some reefer, mate. Get me some reefer.
I'm going to be a cannibal.
And there's Martin Lee. That's the guy who wrote Smoke Signals. That's what he looks like. The book we did the book report on. Oh, and anyways, one last time for those of you who didn't get it, here's the patent number for the weed patent as assigned to the United States of America, represented by HHS. Look it up on Google. There it is, right there. Go to Google /patent/US 6630507. You don't need the B1, and you too can get a 28-page thing on the government owning the patent for weed and all the benefits thereof. But no.
They invented it.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's
an
it.
anniversary coming up here.
Yeah,
On Saturday, the Tasting Center of downtown Newport will have its 1-year anniversary. That boarded up building downtown, for 1-year anniversary, it's the Tasting Center. The Tasting Center, You can get your Eden cider there. You can enjoy a healthy meal. You can learn stuff about production. It's all dreams and stuff, but it was fresh by nature. Now it's genuine by nature. That cost $171,000.
Yeah, we paid a PR firm in Montreal a lot of money for those slogans, Andy.
Wow.
Not even U.S.
$171,000 they got in 2011 to have that boarded up building just flourishing, a year later.
Yeah.
So here it is, 2013, not a thing.
This is a press release from a year ago from VermontDigger.org.
Praising themselves for their wisdom and insight and their future, the ongoing momentum.
For immediate release, Northeast Kingdom Testing Center announces real estate purchase in Newport. It says,
never happened.
Yeah, right. The Northeast Kingdom Tasting Center at Limited Liability Corporation is pleased to announce it has entered into a definitive real estate purchase and sale with Yves Cotnoir of Newport. If completed, Andy.
That's completed. They knew right there and then they were just going to pocket the money,
if completed, this means a number, Andy, of local food-related entities will be located on Main Street in Newport in the old downtown discount building. Bringing the Tasting Center project to this significant step of a P&S agreement is a team that includes Eden Ice Cider, the Newport City Renaissance Commission, grant-sucking chair warmer run by Trish Sears, who gets 60, 70, 80 grand a year out of your tax money. Thank you very much. And the Northeast Kingdom Travel and Tourism Association, another grant-sucking chair warmer. In the Northeast Vermont Development Association, same thing there. The Northern Community Investment Corporation, Communist National Bank, as well as partnerships with private investors. We're thrilled at the prospect of locating in downtown Newport, blah, blah, blah. It'll provide information about all Northeast Kingdom producers, not just those with operations at the testing center, with opportunity for events and displays showcasing local regional products. Oh, okay. Where is it, Andy?
It's boarded up, nothing there.
Yeah. Let's see. Gloria Bruce, the executive director and head grant sucker of Northeast Kingdom Travel and Tourism, said, "We have been supportive and engaged with this effort from the beginning, and as such, we are delighted to see the project move forward." Oh, yeah. Here we are. 2 recent events highlight the continued momentum. The Renaissance Corporation got a USDA RBEG grant in the amount of $171,000 in July 2011.
That's gone.
To support the marketing Newport as a food destination.
Yeah, it is too. We all come here to get our food.
Yeah.
We go up. Everybody should walk up to a boarded building and wait there for food.
Wait for your testing.
Yep.
Testing 1, 2, 3, or better yet, go down to the scum front and see if you can walk on algae blooms.
There you go.
In August 2011, it was announced that a biotech firm is committed to building a plant in Newport that'll bring at least 200 jobs to the area.
Very committed. They're committed as phlogiston. They don't even exist, man.
Oh man.
They're another myth.
Oh yeah.
Now they're not even happening. Nothing to show.
Speaking of which, let's call Ariel Quiros and ask him about the
airport,
about the plane manufacturing facility up at the airport.
Russian planes we're building in Newport that we're not building because they don't exist.
Hello, Ethel. Ethel, get me Ariel Quiros on the double.
Tired to show, they would be putting it on the front page.
Hello, Ariel. Is this Ariel Quiros? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard that you were going to tell us the name of the Russian plane outfit by the end of
May.
By the end of May of this year. You were going to have
last month.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Man.
Are you there?
Yeah. No. He's not there.
It's a done deal, though.
It's a done deal.
Yeah. That
There you
and
go.
that in the NC Bio, and what was the other
Bridge
one?
might open soon.
Yeah, in the Monkey Windows.
Okay, yeah.
The Monkey Window Factory.
Germans.
Yeah.
Germans are coming.
Yes, the Germans are coming.
Yeah.
The Russians are coming busy planes up at the
The
landfill.
Russians are coming, the Germans are coming, the Koreans and the Chinese are all coming. Money is coming, jobs
Koreans
are coming.
with the NC Bio, and now we got
We have
the Monkey
public
Windows.
venues without proper ventilation systems installed, or press rooms, or decent locker rooms for, whatever.
Yeah.
It's amazing what isn't being done.
And I asked Man McCheese about, if there was any kind of biohazard remediation for any of this crap, if they were going to
No,
just dump
of
their
course not.
splooge into our sewer system.
They're not there.
And let it run into the lake. I guess so.
Well, you can, mythological systems can help mythological
companies,
non-existing
yeah.
companies.
And
It's all ghosts.
And speaking of which, do you remember the compost deal last year, Andy?
Patty.
The Chittenden, thanks, Patty. Here it is, right here. Wow.
Poison pizza, pasta, and horse poop.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
What the hell? I think we lost our white balance on that camera.
I'd be glad we aren't working with candles
And candlelight, yeah.
and writing this down on paper and throwing it into a slot.
Excuse me, I got pleurisy.
We have a town yeller or something.
Yeah, Tom
Ring a
Cryer.
bell. Town crier. Yeah.
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye.
The technicians have done shut us down. So here we are.
Anyways, officials main source of compost contamination.
This one goes out constantly, they'll rebalance it.
Let me guess, that's the one they purchased from a certain private party.
I bet it is.
Yeah, man. It was worth the money.
Oh, it's worth.
Are you all sick of being pirates yet?
Golly, geez, let's see what we can do with that.
Thanks.
She took Teddy canoeing.
Yeah, that's Marion's daughter.
Canoodling.
How's that look?
No.
Ooh, nasty. What
Oh,
the
well.
hell? There we are.
It's orange.
Yeah, but it's clear.
It's clear but orange.
All
It's
right.
All
orange.
right, let's do
Chlorange.
this and then let's try this.
Orange. We'll go with clorange.
Yeah, that's how
Clear
we're
but
gonna
orange.
clear up the algae blooms in the lake, man.
It's dark.
No, it's still screwed up. Well, go back to the orange,
We
Patty.
like
At least
orange.
it was clear.
We'll just go with orange because orange is fun. That's
Yeah.
how you white balance. You turn it to orange.
Yeah, but it was clear. At least it was
I know.
clear and orange.
The
Ooh.
orange one.
No, now there we
There
are.
it is.
Hey!
All right, cool.
Nice tan lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that groovy?
She's a
We're happy. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, we're just happy to be happy. So anyways, get this. Colchester, Associated Press. No writer, of course, no byline, Andy.
Nobody. AP is all you need.
Yeah. A year after compost used by hundreds of Vermont gardeners was found to be contaminated with trace amounts of persistent herbicides, officials have traced it to contamination to manure from a Colchester farm, which they don't name.
Because
Now, they're using weed control agents in horse hay fields. Now, why would they do that, Andy?
To control the weeds?
Okay, now why do you not want weeds in horse hay?
I don't know. I'm not a horse person.
Okay, well, I worked with thoroughbreds when I was a kid, okay? In the old days when the Italian fellers were rigging the races at Suffolk Downs in Boston. And you have to have real good hay for horses, especially thoroughbreds and these inbred Morgans and crap like that, because they're prone to digestive problems. You get a little bit of mold or a little bit of some weed they don't like, and that's the end of that, right? Next thing you know, you got to stuff a garden hose up their butt if you're lucky. So anyways.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah. Last year, the bagged and bulk compost from the CWSD had caused some plants grown in it to wilt. There's the understatement of the year. It ruined these people's gardens. It didn't just cause a few plants to wilt. And there we are. There's some of car-size heroin and going right into the veins. And, it could be from the evidence room in here in Newport, too, you know.
Give it to the cops, they'll just sell it again, I guess.
Yeah, the year-long investigation has turned up incorrect leads and tests of the compost had conflicting results. With help from the Vermont Agency of Agriculture, good luck there. Because according to the Agency of Agriculture, there is no such thing as an unaccepted practice. Everything's an accepted practice. If you're doing it, if you want to put formaldehyde in your splooge pit and splooge formaldehyde on the fields, it's an accepted practice. So, let's see. The district identified the two herbicides that caused it to stop selling its compost. They were aminopyrrolid, for a weed killer, and another one, clopiorid or something like that. Yeah, cloprolid, and which is used on feed and grain grown for both animals and people. And District Manager Tom Moreau said food waste from Burlington schools such as pizza and pasta turned up levels of the herbicide clopirid.
Isn't that neato? Your kids are getting pesticide.
Yeah.
When they go to school and have some pizza, they're getting pesticide. Might as well just spray some Raid in your face, you know? Have some Cheetos, put some Raid on it. You know, you're gonna get some school food.
Everything made from wheat, especially, even this GM wheat, everything, unless it's organic, it's gonna kill you.
Yeah, you know.
Excuse me.
That's what they want.
Yeah, well,
Eat
you know,
your fast foods. They want you to die a dumb, slow death.
well, at
their expense.
In the old days, Andy, I used to look at it as a virus. Even the most stupid virus would not kill its host or parasite. You know what I mean? Because the parasite has a vested interest in keeping the host alive.
Oh, well.
But with these people, I mean, it's like they don't give a shit. As long as we can make a buck off your lame ass and buying these pizzas in the store, these frozen pizzas, my God, the box has more nutrition than the pizza does. They don't care.
No.
Kill them.
It's in your best interest to suffer and die slowly.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
Go to the hospital.
Go to the doctor. He doesn't want to make you better. He wants to keep you ill on the long term.
Yeah, more visits, you know.
Come on, people.
The amounts are far below what's deemed a threat to human health, and clopperid is less of a problem for gardeners because it's at low levels it's less toxic to plants than aminopyrrolid is. At this point, the district is still not accepting horse shit and is still not ready to sell compost to gardeners until a full year later. This is the first non-aminopyrrolid sample of compost we produced in the last 8 months, he said, pointing to healthy clover plants, because I guess the clovers can't take the nasty, it's crap. And Moreau said, so we've had 8 months of problems, he told VPR. Marosa Dan Goosen said that our district wants to keep testing and be certain the compost is good before it's sold again and added to gardens.
Maybe they'll get a grant to test their compost.
Yeah, go see Trixie Sears down at the Renaissance
You know,
Corporation.
cyanide won't kill you if you don't inhale.
Yeah, oh man. And look at this. Oh, man. Guess who was here last week? Bobby Kennedy. Is that Bobby Kennedy? Bobby Kennedy Jr.
Oh, Junior. Thank God.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is zombie land. He could be just, another zombie roaming the countryside.
Yeah, there he is with Senator Batshit right here.
Oh, Bobby, the chicken that copped out and bailed on everybody, right?
Oh, I don't know. On what?
He wussed out.
A good noise a few years back.
And then he just wussed out.
Quiet lately.
Hey, what, he's hanging out with Patrick? Oh,
Yeah,
you know
really.
He's doing diddly. That's wasted time.
But get this. This is the only sane thing that came out of this whole meeting down there. He said, too many elected leaders follow the same line. All they see is the cost of their political contributors complying with these regulations. These are people who want to dump their waste into our commons for free. That would be like the farmers who want to, to splooge all the crap in our rivers, which has killed them. If you can look it up, you can look up the EPA river study from March 26th that shows 55% of our rivers are unable to support life, but that's okay. There's a huge difference between the efficiencies and prosperity of free market capitalism and those of corporate crony capitalism. Pollution is waste, it's deficit spending. Our children are going to pay for our joyride. And he said the waterways are owned by the people. Everybody in Burlington, every child has the right to go down to this lake and catch a fish and bring it home and take it home, to take it home and feed it to his family with the security that they're not going to poison someone. But there's mercury in every fish in this lake. When the mercury's in the lake and the fish, it's an act of theft. Someone has misused the lake and corrupted the public trust and stolen from the public. This is ancient law. Yeah, who stole it? Leahy, Senator Badshit.
That was Bobby Kennedy you were quoting?
Yeah,
So he's quoting Marx. Capitalism is theft.
yeah, basically.
So the Kennedys are Marxists. You can hate them for that.
Yeah.
So what?
Oh man, and then get in here, get a load of all the money that. Oh, there's Ed Meese. I hate
he's a
Mises to
genius.
pieces. Yeah, he was an RV salesman in La Mesa. Go figure.
Takes on Echo. What's Echo?
Yeah, that's what they call that new center down there. It stands for environment, cronyism, hell, and orchestras. I don't know.
Some big pet project of the big man.
Yeah, that's it.
More of his wondrous works that we should admire.
Yeah,
That seaquarium in Burlington or something?
yeah, it's a joke, man. It's a friggin' joke.
We don't have an ocean in Vermont.
We have a seaquarium, though.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have an ocean, but we have a seaquarium. We have mermaids.
He says, I've dedicated a great deal of my work in the Senate to protecting Lake Shit Plain and water sources around the globe.
You have done nothing well.
But if we are to ensure clean, safe water for generations who need all hands on deck.
Yeah, how about yours?
Deck. The clean,
Hands on deck?
Yeah, the Clean Water Act of '72 required we stop discharging raw waste into our rivers and streams. Now, here's the thing.
We're doing it still.
Yeah, a conveyance. They say its point solution is a conveyance. Conveyance meaning a pipe or other thing that moves the liquid shit,
But if
okay?
they just let it run downhill into the water, it still runs downhill into the water.
Or if you put it into a tank and spray it on the fields, that is still a friggin' conveyance.
Little bit.
And nobody's
Move.
challenged the law, though.
Nobody challenges the law here. Why?
Oh, yeah, real
We're
shit.
up debt.
Yeah.
We will challenge this. No, you won't.
Yeah.
I have a hole for you in the wood.
As point source pollution declined, ag water quality concerns moved to the fore. Lake lovers like me work to make USDA a full partner. In 1996, we created the
96?
Yeah.
That's a while back.
Environmental Quality Incentives Program, or EQIP, to cost share with farmers and install conservation structures and implement sustainable practices.
Let's review that one.
EQIP has provided tens of millions of dollars for conservation practices in the basin. You know what their conservation practices are? Making people have shit pits, not covered shit pits to keep out rainwater and snow and infiltration. No, open shit pits so that they can just pump out of the shit pits and splooge it on the fields and right into the damn rivers. You fool.
But we got millions for it.
Oh, millions, tens of millions.
Tens of millions.
Oh, of course, it was clear by the late 80s we needed more to be done, you know. Water quality hadn't recovered. Sea lamprey were devastating salmon and trout. So, yeah, so they spray lampricide and kill everything that lives in the river along with the lampreys. Excuse me. And then we brought in the Sea Grant program to support research. Oh, yeah. And
Brilliant.
Oh,
This is
great.
brilliant work.
Yeah, he's a friggin' genius, he is. So what about the serious threats facing the lake despite our efforts in the last few decades?
Despite your efforts.
Yeah, water quality is in decline in most lake segments and is truly dismal in some areas. Toxic algae blooms are all too common. Our rivers run chocolate brown in the spring floods. The devastating march of invasive species, blah, blah, yeah, oh, Bob, Dan, geez. And here's where there's another lie coming from this batshit crazy liar. Difficult spending decisions being that past sources of federal funds are in decline. Yeah, so we need more money for war. And the states are strapped for money. There is little appetite among the public and private sector for additional regulation and enforcement. No, there isn't. We want clean water. We want enforcement of this stuff. We don't want you letting these farmers splooge. If it was anybody else polluting these damn rivers, you know, well, except for IBM and the farmers, you know, it's okay, you know.
Speaking of IBM, did we touch on you got that, the fact that half of our gross domestic product, Patty, anywhere?
Yes, I am.
Daddy.
IBM actually is responsible for half our GDP in the state, and they do it by shipping supplies to themselves in Canada.
It's a shell game.
It's a shell game. They get tax credit. $2 billion worth of tax credit.
Okay, which one's the P under?
So it's unbelievable. And you know, that counts as our GDP. It's a myth. Half of our GDP is a myth. Could you imagine mailing yourself something and then having to pay? Oh my God, it's just beyond ludicrous what they count. Statistics here.
Yeah, well, one bit of truth comes out of the lying sack of crap, batshit mouth. We need to bring new technologies, new economies, and new partnerships into play. We need to consider whether it's time to tear apart and reassemble some of our carefully constructed institutions, or maybe we need to move beyond a dependence on these institutions. Yeah, all right, save a river, shoot a farmer. That's it. You could send all of this, you could shut down every...
That'll make you positive.
You could shut down every one of these mega slave-driving, welfare bum dairy, mega dairy farms in this state, leave the organic ones that take care of their land. You could shut down every one of them and the price of milk would probably go down. There's already a surplus. New York State could provide, and Pennsylvania can provide the eastern seaboard with all the rotten-ass pussy milk you want.
Florida could do the entire country.
Oh, yeah.
It's all a myth. It's, propped up.
Yeah, it's 24 million.
They're rich. Let them do what they do.
Yeah, here we are.
They care about us
And
deeply.
get this, Andy. Next year, Echo will double the size of a Discovery Place, a learning environment with children that will be redesigned to evoke life in an American Indian communities of 400 years ago.
Oh, yeah. That's what Vermonters want, to live like the Indians of pre-colonial days.
Well, it's funny. I've got a book called...
Loincloths and...
I've always been interested in the people who were captured by Indians who didn't want to come back.
Yeah, because they were having fun.
Yeah, I've got a book called The Unredeemed Captive from these captives from Deerfield. You have to read it. They list in there why they didn't want to come back. And they didn't want to live with mental Whitey and his quest for more all the time.
Well, that famous Roanoke community that disappeared, they finally figured out what happened is they decided to join the Indians 60 miles down the river. They threw off their nasty white clothing and joined the party. Had a great time, blended right in.
Now,
Wasn't the tragedy we were all hoping for.
yeah.
Oh no, Whitey was slain. No, he wasn't. He quit. He quit being white.
Did you know that President Osama has re-signed the, what do you call it? The
Patriot Act?
The Stolen Valor Act.
Oh.
But this time they said...
Stolen Valor?
Yeah. Because remember I told you about my Medal of Honor, and you told me about your Purple Hearts and your Medal of Honor, for shooting unarmed civilians during the war? Well, it seems now the Supreme Court tossed it out because they said, look, we got free speech in this country. You can say anything you want. So they redid this law saying that, if you're going to benefit financially from it, you can't, you can't...
I don't benefit financially from anything I do.
No. Both of us are highly decorated veterans of the war on drugs, and that's the truth, Jack.
I've tried them all.
HSBC, $1 billion fine. Anyways, I don't use this word. I have too much respect for my black friends, my black teachers, my black relatives. But I'll tell you what, that's it. We all be niggas now. And I very rarely use this word, but man, there's no other word quite like the word nigga. And I'm not using it in a derogatory sense, but this is what's happening. The ACLU, this is from today's paper.
Black people are more likely to get arrested for weed than anybody else?
Yeah, go figure.
White people can afford the stuff.
Yeah, well, I know.
They love to smoke the stuff.
And part of it is that Bloomberg oily green substance war on, what the hell is it, stop and frisk crap.
Most of my friends are white pot smokers.
Yeah. It says the ACLU's analysis of the federal crime data said the arrest rates, weed arrest rates for black people were 3.73 times higher than those for whitey in 2010. In some counties, the arrest rate was 10 to 30 times greater for black.
That would be further south you go?
Yeah, like Alabama.
I'm sure.
Yo, sure.
It would suck to be black down there.
And get this, it's the new James Crow. And they have the gonads to ask that wacko piece of human crap police chief in corrupt land.
Rutland.
Yeah, to weigh in.
Okay, then. He always likes to weigh in.
Oh, yeah, he sure does. Yeah, never mind that the whole department's under investigation for
everything.
For screwing a black officer who now works for the state police, and thank God for the state police. I'm telling you.
They're pretty amazing. They cover a lot of territory. They're smart. They're funny.
Yeah, I mean, well,
we've had a few laughs.
Yeah, except for Sean Lone, who couldn't find his ass with both hands when I got almost run off the road. But that's between me and Sean, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, he says corrupt land police chief James Baker said he was surprised by the countywide statistics that include his city, because the ACLU found that Rutland County arrested the blacks 16 times more likely than whitey for weed.
It's a pity they're not roulette. We could bet on them.
Oh, man.
Bet on black.
Red. I'm taking red. I want the Indians. And he said things have changed in his time in corrupt land, which in 2010 was 96% white and less than 1% black. Anyone who's treated differently because of a protected class, be it race, socially, sexual preference, that practice by law enforcement is just not acceptable from where I sit. Now, wait a minute, a protected class? Here he is spouting racist shit. He's not calling them minorities, he's calling them a protected class, so here he is. He's showing his racism.
It's the white man's burden.
Yeah.
It is. It's,
if they're black and gay, they're protected. They
apartheid has come back to Vermont. Thank God. I was missing apartheid. It was hilarious.
He says, the Vermont Human Rights Commission's executive director said she was not surprised by the numbers. I think it's symptomatic of a larger social issues here in Vermont and nationwide. I'm not surprised it's happening. The commission says it's made to promote human civil rights and working with police departments to combat bias policing and racial profiling.
They need a grant to study that.
Yeah.
So 96% white, 1% black. Okay, that's 97. The other 3% I'm guessing were grays.
Yeah.
Aliens who've lost their spacecraft. With Rutland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, grays.
Corrupt land. Say it right. Say it loud. Say it proud. And here we are. We've told you about methadone. Methadone being invented by the Nazis, a synthetic opiate that.
Yeah, it's worthless crap.
Yeah.
Doesn't do any good.
Not only is it
any good at
worthless
all.
crap, they're charging you and me as taxpayers
A lot of money.
$300 to $400 a week to dispense this crap to a
Per
bunch
person.
of junkies. There's a 300-person waiting list or something for
Yeah,
treatment.
it's a popular thing, the dole.
When you could give anybody who can read and write and has a halfway decent IQ, you could give them bupe and they'd be fine. I've talked to my shrink buddy about this over and over again.
They're super easy cures for a lot of stuff, but they don't like that.
Okay,
They don't make any money
What's
fixing things.
jazz synonymous with?
Black marijuana users.
Yeah, there we are.
There you go.
Jazz equals jazz equals weed. That's right.
It's a Marsalis up there.
Yeah.
Is he in trouble?
And here we are here. Is old beer better? I don't know. Ask Jeff Baker. Drink old fart beer. It's good for us old farts, and it's good for you younger farts too, because it's legal, it's lethal. And so what if our mayor's a Formica inspector who they have to take his keys away every now and then? Yeah, and I'm sure the cops never drive him home either, right, Andy?
No, except when he needs it.
Oh, and here we are.
California Highway Patrol used to drive Governor Sunshine home.
Yeah.
What? No, they didn't.
Oh,
They did?
when he had a little too much coke with Linda, yeah.
He was always getting popped for weed, but they just let her drive him home. No,
Yeah.
they didn't ever drive him home themselves.
No, they just followed him and let him drive himself.
No, they let Linda take over the wheel.
Yeah.
He used to get really wasted in Malibu. Oh, yeah.
Well, doesn't
Still
everybody?
governor. It's like his 9th term, his 3rd time through.
And here we are. You look at this article. It's all about gun violence, Andy, right? Gun violence, And yet you read down through the damn article, and this woman lost her son to gun violence, and she was a cop for, 20 years or something, right? And let's see. It didn't make the news, blah, 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 the massacre, the school children, yada, yada, yada. And then when you get down to the back, it says her son and her brother had been out on the town celebrating the kid's birthday, and when they were headed home, the kid tried to stop the uncle from driving because he was so shit-faced. They fought, and her brother pulled a gun out and shot the kid. She was at a loss to explain how the dispute escalated. All I could think of it was the alcohol, and he had a gun. Oh, but
Whose
that's
gun was
okay. Yeah.
He's one of the good guys.
Yeah. Oh,
Registration and a background check would have saved this life.
Yeah.
Ron.
Yeah. Right. Just like in Newtown, if it really happened. And
It did.
Yeah, it did.
Sort of.
And get this, if you use weed, you're gonna go to jail, mister. But we've got 2 confessed murderers, Andy, and they haven't even charged him in the O'Hagan murder.
Well, it's just hearsay.
Well, one confessed in front of 2 cops. The other one left a written confession in his cell.
Okay, it's right say.
Okay.
He wrote it, but he's not all that literate. Maybe it was fiction.
And here
He's
we
a
are.
prose composer.
Montgomery.
Let's rationalize this crap.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
it. Weed bad weed. Montgomery men face weed distribution charges. But, if it had been liquid heroin, it's carcinogenic, flammable liquid booze, that'd be okay, Andy.
I try to light my liquid heroin on fire, and I have a hard time with it.
Oh, and this dose.
Depends what kind you use.
I need a higher proof, obviously.
Yeah, the Dos Equis guy? Jonathan Goldsmith?
Alrighty then, the Jewish Mexican.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says he's working with ClearPath to help with landmines. And get this, these 3 guys, I heard there was helicopters and weed involved in the border and whatever. One of these guys, this JJ guy, I pruned apple trees up at his farm, man. He's a real nice guy. He's a farmer. Big deal. And he was a regular farmer. He didn't need Vermont. He didn't need whores and slaves on his farm. He had a small herd,
Daddies.
which he had a small herd, which he thank you, which he milked himself with his friends and family.
That's a good statement. We do need farm whores.
Yeah, and galley slaves.
Yeah, farm whores.
Yeah, Bernie says Bernie don't want it. Bernie don't want it.
What does he not want?
Yeah,
He doesn't want the stupid laws that we have.
10 minutes.
Okay,
Thanks,
then.
Patty. Here's a farm dummy.
We gotta light another candle.
141-year-old covered bridge is damaged. It was closed several hours to repair it. $6,000 in damage. William Miller of Dummerston was driving a sap truck. Which was the sap and which was the driver. And he didn't realize the height restriction on the bridge as he attempted to cross it. The rear cargo section struck the bridge. Yeah, right. You lived in Dummerston, you dummy. I mean, your parents probably told you that not to use the covered bridge.
Does that fly when you say it out loud?
And then he left the scene. He left the friggin' scene.
Well, he broke the place. He couldn't fix it. He had to go get some fix-it.
Oh, man.
He needed duct tape.
How goes the war, Andy?
We are losing our bottoms. We are going to get beat to death and laughed at all the way to the end.
Yeah, here we are, boys and girls. Patty, if you man the cameras, we got a lot of them coming up quick. Okay.
Right there, then.
Okay, thanks. Goat ropers beat USA. That's right, time after time. They're blowing us up. We're going to no more, And here's a good one too. It's a cartoon. It shows some army steroid head with a chain wrapped around a woman, and he says, "You got to complain about harassment? You have to go up the chain of command." Oh, and look at this woman. She looks like Markowitz. That's the Mexican weed bus woman.
Oh no, she looks happy.
Yeah, she looks like she's gonna bite somebody, man.
Oh, that's a nice face.
And here we are, 65 NATO dead in 5 months. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're winning. Yay, go USA, USA, USA. And here we are, spike in violence in Iraq. Oh, you think so? I mean, there wasn't one damn electric meter in the whole damn country of Iraq. The women didn't have to wear beekeeping suits. They were doctors, they were lawyers, and now we ruined it. But yay, we feel good about it. And here's this designer. Spry said the guy who designed the F-16 and the F-35 and the Warthog said that these things are junk, man. He said he was one of McNamara's whiz kids, and
okay, then
yeah,
he lost me right there.
Yeah, but anyways, he said the airplane's heavier than ideal, extremely flammable, so lacking in maneuverability because of poor thrust and small wing size, it'd be even more vulnerable as a bomber to SAMs and ground fire than the F-105 in the Vietnam War era. It also has a small bomb payload, making it problematic as a bomber. And then I told you they used the fluid. They used the hydraulic. The fuel is hydraulic fluid.
What, on the F-35?
Yeah.
Well, stuff's not real flammable.
But it's when it's hot, it is. And here we are. Rape victim. Retaliation is prevalent in the military. Barbara Boxer, look at this. Barbara Boxer dug this girl out of whatever. And look at how tall she looks compared to Barbara Boxer. She's just a little skipper. This woman was a Marine. And Stacy Thompson, and geez, it was unbelievable. And sexual assault epidemic. Oh, sure, come and join the Army and get raped. And here we are, 18 million in Navy kickbacks, guilty pleas and Navy kickback schemes. Ralph Mariano in Providence, New Jersey. Theft of government property, tax evasion. He was a civilian Navy employee for 38 years, engineer at the Naval Undersea Warfare Center. He steered contracts to a Georgia-based company. Got $160 million in Navy funding in 15 years. And funneled kickbacks to Mariano, corrupt subcontractors, members of his family, staff, and others. Yay! Go USA! 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 Oh, man. And here we are. You know how Buddhists were always supposed to be peaceful, Andy?
Yeah, well, they set themselves on fire a lot.
Well, they're burning moss now. And look at every one of them's got an axe handle on these motorbikes, man.
Myanmar? Well,
yeah.
That place is Dodge City on crack. So,
and here we are.
Used to be Burma. before they went crazy.
Yeah, Arab drive for reform, shifting into the slow lane. Well, what do you expect from men in dresses that don't like women around? Okay, then. Something wrong there. And here we are. Fukushima, Nuki shit pile. Yeah, it's really good, yeah. It's clean, safe, reliable, says the mayor. Even though the mayor's never worked in a nuclear industry, never known anybody except me that worked in the nuclear industry. And here we are, Patty. The kids that got killed by that tornado in the school, they said, oh, we didn't have money for a shelter, yet they'd bonded out a brand new playing field with AstroTurf, brand new bleachers, but they couldn't put in a shelter for the kids. Oh, no. Here we are, Farmstead buttermilk, boys and girls. Drink your pus. Buttermilk is back. And here, oily pinkish substance. Oh, man.
You didn't mention any of the real better planes. You didn't mention Sukhoi. The Russians got a jet that will smoke us.
Read the last paragraph. He says, asked if if better planes than the F-35 exist. He said, sure. The F-16, the F-18, the Swedish Gripen, the Typhoon, and the French Rafale.
They're all slow.
It's not hard to be better than the F-35. Well, I guess they even slowed it.
These guys are great. The F-16 has crashed more than any other plane ever built, and for more ridiculous reasons than any other. And he's the designer of that mess. I don't know.
Here we are. A letter sent to Thanks, Fatty. A letter sent to Bloomberg.
The midget?
Yeah, the midget mayor of New York City.
He's this big.
He's this big. The letter sent to Bloomberg contained an oily pinkish orange substance.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hair gel.
Yeah.
Hair gel's here, Mayor.
Yeah.
Bison is pinkish and
Occupy, yeah. And here's why Bernie.
Yak sperm, dude.
Here's why Bernie didn't want to go along with the thing, because Pedro and Raji want your jobs and they'll work very cheap. Never mind, we've got record unemployment.
What's left of our economy. Like when you come into Barton, our gas station hasn't had gas in it for over 2 months.
Well,
they still have customers piling in and out.
Yeah, maybe they're selling some of that, who knows what.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that, Whitey Bulger, man. They gave him LSD when he was in prison in Atlanta.
Our mobsters get golden treatment, even behind bars.
Oh, man.
Golden treatment.
Locked in and burned alive. So let's sell them EB-5 visas. That's right. You know, the Chinese, they get the golden parachute. So let's sell them EB-5 visas so Billy Stinker can come up with
they can sue us for whatever we have left when we don't deliver on any of our side of it.
Yeah. Oh, look at this, Andy. You're going to love this one. Here's a good picture for you, Patty. Yeah. They're all jumping off the cliffs, going swimming. And now the most reactionary thing I ever heard was from Senator Vince Lanfiluzzi when he wanted to fill in Huntington Gorge because of the kids that got killed there. Okay.
Fill it in?
Yeah.
Just put mud there?
Rocks and such.
Okay.
Fill in a whole gorge.
Sure. Yeah.
Because stupid people kill themselves doing stupid stuff?
Yeah, one of them was his friends. And here's the Legislature adjourning. There's Shummy saying,
sign some laws, you boob.
Yeah, really. Yeah, he don't want to sign nothing because,
You're a worthless governor. You make Douglas look good.
Oh, I'm
sad
telling you.
That.
Here we are. Protesters blockupy. No more no more gun shows either. That capitalism dies a slow death. That's it. It's over. Marx was right, in a way.
Yeah, we're going to die under the weight of our own stupidity.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
Woolly mammoth they found with actual blood. So once again, you've wasted a perfectly good hour of your life watching this stupid show. And until next week, we'll see you. Look out for that devil weed, even though this patent will tell you everything that's good about it. So look it up for yourself. Don't believe me, man.
The government wants to own weed. Ta-ta.
Wait, they own it. Here it is, right here. Here it is. Last but not least, look it up. Look it up yourself. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all that long. Come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all that long. sun and sinking low. The clock on the wall says it's time to go. But I got my plans and I got plans for you. I'll tell you exactly what we're all gonna do. In the groove and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. Come on and let the good times roll. We're gonna stay here till we soothe our soul. If it takes all night long. Listen, might be 12 o'clock and it might be 3.